Alright, good day watchers and welcome to a video of mine. Okay, tonight I've been watching Halloween, I've been watching Halloween Resurrection tonight, and I did a review of all the other Halloweens. I've done a review of this, well, not a massive review, but it was a review of all the Halloween movies. What I dislike, what I find what the things that I saw flaws in the film, and the things I thought was quite enjoyable. The film is enjoyable. I do enjoy this movie. It's kind of a film. It's the type of sequel that doesn't need to exist, if you know what I mean. But it exists, and I enjoy it. I've been watching this tonight. I thought to myself, well, I might as well tell you what I liked about it, what I find I didn't like about it, and the flaws in the film. The film's got a lot of flaws. A story, for instance, Big Brother, House, and that's what it is. It's just like the whole Big Brother thing, you know. And it could have worked better if it was done right. There's things I liked about it though. It has a certain funness about it that I like. Okay, let's just get what I like about it. Let me see. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, of course. She's back in it, of course. And that's the problem. You see, that's what I liked about it. That's the other thing I disliked. There's one thing I liked about it that she's in the film. Another thing I disliked about it that she's in the film. I get to that in a bit. So okay, she's in the film. The Halloween music, the theme, which is great. It's great to hear this from a film, of course. I'm not sure if it's the original one from the 1970 or did that redone it. I'm guessing it's just the original music. Just sounds a bit more, you know, whatever. So I'm not really sure. And the film has a good sense. It has a sense of humour, and it's got some funny moments that you think it's bonkers. Of course, the film is quite bonkers. And at the same time, that's its problems. Some of it's like, yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, that's the problem. It's kind of got, I think it's got too many daft moments in this movie that you think, what in the hell were they thinking? And you got like, okay, the theme. Jamie Lee Curtis is back. It's got some good death scenes in this film. It's got some good death scenes. Decent death scenes. Not the best. I'm trying to think what my favourite death scene in the film is. I don't know. But it's got some decent. It's not great death scenes. It's got some, you know. I suppose the best death scene is that guy in it. The guy with that girl, and he gets his face broken. And Michael Myers grabs his face and he cracks his. He does that and he goes out and he crushes his face. That I liked. It's a bit like from Halloween 4 where he breaks that guy's face when he just does that. Bit like that. And that scene actually liked. And the whole, I think that's probably the best. I think that's the best death scene in this film. So yeah, music, death scene, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Music. I said that already. I think the last part was pretty good, the finale. Actually, I like quite at the beginning of the film we see Jamie Lee Curtis in the hospital. She's in that place after when that the story makes no sense. I mean, I was sitting there going, okay, so I'll get to that in a bit. So she's in the hospital, and at the beginning you see like Michael Myers turns up there and tries to kill her, and that scene was good. I actually like that part where that guy's got an obsession with serial killers and wears that mask, which I think is cool. I did like that scene in the movie. That scene was good where he gives that knife to that guy and doesn't kill him, which is like, yeah, have the knife. And like I said, the humour's, it's got some funny moments. So that's the problems of the film at the same time, because some of it's kind of like, hang on, Michael Myers would have killed him if that was, you know, whatever. So I think of the music and all that. Some of it looks a bit, you know. Anyway, so okay, the cons of this movie. So you got pros and cons. I suppose I could call it pros and cons and stuff. What I disliked. Okay, so the pros are the music, Jamie Lee Curtis. Some of the death scenes are pretty decent. At the beginning of the film, the music, Jamie Lee Curtis, what else? Alright, so okay, the cons. Let's get to the cons. Humour. Some of the humour is just so daft. It's like, wow. Some of it's actually quite. They make them a little bit like, yeah. But some of it's just like ridiculous. okay, the scene where Busta Rhymes fights Michael Myers, martial arts kick, and that scene was actually quite funny. That I don't have a problem with, but it's daft at the same time. But I think, yeah, it's kind of like there. The film is there. It is funny. It is kind of like bonkers there, but I think the part where Michael Myers is behind Busta Rhymes and he's just telling him off and stuff. Yeah, that scene was kind of like. I think that scene was probably. I don't know if it was worse because Michael Myers would have killed him in the old Halloween, but he would have just slaughtered him. But for some reason, he kind of goes. But actually, I did notice something about that scene. When he starts talking, Busta Rhymes says, "Oh, I left the door open." To meet the certain character, the girl in it who gets killed. You don't see her getting killed, but he says, "Oh, I've left the door because you have to see her." And he tells her where she is. And I didn't even notice until afterwards. I thought, I get it now. She didn't get much of a death scene at all. So I think it's in... she didn't get much death scene anyway, so I forget what I was about to say then. That scene was daft where he just like walks off. Does that. Walks off. It's like, what the hell? And the screaming part at the beginning of the film where the girl screams, the glass breaks. I think to myself, what? It's like it gets really daft. This film does. That scene was really daft. The glass breaking. I think was like, hey, okay, she has some special powers now. And that's impossible for you to actually break glass with your voice. Scream. It's just I don't think it's even possible. What else? Oh, the scene with Jamie Lee Curtis when the storyline with Jamie Lee where F's death. And the reason why I say that because after when she dies in the movie, that's it. They didn't go, alright, they didn't like play like a nice little thing. It's just like an anticlimax. Sometimes when you see a character's death when they've been in the film for quite, it's like, but she gets only about 5 minutes in this movie, so she doesn't last long in this film at all. I get to the other part. I get to the elephant in the room, like they always say. Elephant in the room? Why would you have an elephant in your room? Oh, so... Okay, so this is Michael Myers in the movie. He's meant to have died in the H2O film, but then they explain that by saying it wasn't Michael Myers, it was a paramedic. You think yourself, okay, let's just go back a bit right now. Okay, let's just go back. Sorry, my nose is itching. Let's just go back. So he breaks the paramedic's neck, but somehow... Okay, so she drives him off, crashes. He's in the back of the van. He crashes through. She stops the. She puts the brakes on. He goes through the window, still survives, stands up. She crashes the van right into this paramedic, if you know what I mean. Paramedic's body, crashed down, still survives. So this paramedic's got Michael Myers' strength and powers. Amazing, isn't it? So yeah, that scene made no sense at all. I didn't buy that. Even now, I mean, this isn't. I don't know. It could have been plausible if they worked on that story. And you could have, that kind of makes sense, but they never. They just kind of like felt as if someone just made that up. It could have worked. So like I said, this supposed to be so this guy's meant to be the paramedic, and he's got super strength like Michael Myers. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Goes through the window, drops, stands up. This guy's got almost as much strength as freaking Michael Myers. I mean, come on. That's crazy. Okay, so you go to this movie, right? And he comes after Laurie Strode, right? With a knife. Wearing a mask. Okay, she sets a trap. He's upside down. So he starts doing that. Then he starts having these like flashbacks from H2O and she goes, hang on. Gotta make sure it's you. So you think yourself, okay, so let me just get this right. So he comes after her, crashes through the door. It could be someone else. He's wearing the mask. He's got the knife. It could be someone. It's not Michael Myers. How many people go with that much strength go crashing through doors and stuff? Who the hell's gonna be? I mean, that made no sense. And then, so he comes after her with a knife. There's a knife stuck to his hand or something. He's got. Okay, so just say right. That was someone else. That wasn't Michael Myers. For one thing, he wouldn't be carrying a knife. It wouldn't be, he would have like said, look, I'm not Michael Myers, I'll just take the mask off. No, it's just, yeah, like I said, even I was kind of like, what the hell? Like I said, that made no sense. So he's got strength in H2O, but the paramedic's got strength somehow. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. really kind of, they didn't really work that story that well, that plot. But I still enjoyed it. It does have its flaws. The humour does like go a bit ridiculous in it. You know, the screaming and stuff, and the what other scenes? Oh, there's another scene at the beginning of the film when the first guy gets killed. No, the guy with that shot thing. Michael Myers kills that guy with the camera equipment. Now you see the woman dancing, man. She's like the woman who's part of the crew. And next to me, you see like, there's a part where they got something wrong. We actually see him holding the thing, going to what. Then next minute, it's like, and he goes back to the guy again. And it's after, it's just before. It's like, oh, they got a few blue. If you look at the part with the camera and everything, you can see it in there. It's like, hang on, that's happened before. It's like it's happening. They kind of got something wrong there, but I mean, they did try with this movie with the cool kind of like camera stuff. I thought it was a cool idea. And the problem, there's another problem out of the film. There's too much. They show too much of Michael Myers in this, walking around, and you know, there's no tension in this film at all. I think the only time they show attention is part where Michael Myers is coming up the stairs and she's on her own, and some guy saying he's coming up the stairs, you know. But yeah, apart from that, the film has got no tension at all. I like some of this humour in it. It's quite funny. Not like super funny, but it's got some like funny moments in it. So yeah. And it's definitely not my favourite one, but I do enjoy it though. Flaw effect, and you know, Laurie Strode's death was a bit. I don't know, I found that a bit anticlimax. Just died and that was it. Killed me off. Some of the characters, some of the acting wasn't the best, and that's what I'm saying. Holy. Some of the acting was bad. So yeah, the cons are bad acting. Not much tension. Storyline doesn't make any sense, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, they're the cons. So yeah, pros and cons of this movie. So anyway, that's all I want to say about the film. This is so anyway, before I go off, subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day, have a nice week. Take a look after yourself. Thank you for watching, and if you want to leave a comment about this film, what you liked about it, what you disliked about it, whatever. So. I mean, the film is flawed as well, like I said, but it's a fun movie. So thank you for watching, and have a nice week, and